So, as you can see, it's all the way over there, but the white Dodge actually runs. So it's actually working good. And he got it all started up earlier. He's headed off to Kansas to go pick up some more stuff, pay some bills, a few things. But he got that sucker running. And we have been over here hammering out on this sweetheart. So we've gotten a lot done. I'm working, trying to get the running board back into actually running board shape. And I'm trying not to cut it off or take it off. Anything like that, just trying to massage it with jacks and a few other things. But if you can notice, we got the floor piece out and I got the other seat out and we cleaned out a bunch of other stuff. We've got a ton of dirt. That wheel was locked up, packed full. It still won't rotate, but we're still working on that. Looks good underneath the hood. I am happy with how the stub frame is in. It's actually attached well. Let me show you. It's actually not bad. It's like an 80s, 90s style cut-in job. But you can see, runs right into the box, into the rail right there. And we will have plenty of strength in there. So it goes into all the bars, cuts in. I gotta keep cleaning up, make sure it's welded. If it's not, I'm gonna, tie it in a little more. And I think I'm pretty satisfied with that, but gotta finish cleaning out the dirt. That was all the dirt actually up in that frame rail. That was just like packed in. Now this thing was kind of laying in the dirt, but yeah, working that running board over there because it should look like that one. But yeah, I'm gonna start pulling those panels, getting those windows working, have all the windows working and everything like that. My goal is to get this thing like in a functional state before I start stabbing the motor in. So windows working, door latches working. I think I'm gonna end up swapping the column out. Might use the Dodge one over there and use that one so it's easier on the wiring. So everything's kind of just all plug and play. But I've been cleaning off the firewall, got the old heater out. Thought about it, we actually have an under dash heater AC unit. So we're gonna be able to use the air conditioning out of the Dodge too. Plumb it in, so this thing will have air conditioning and heat. Who doesn't need that? And by the way, if you want to buy it before I'm done or anything like that, this car's always for sale. But now she's looking pretty good, and when I get done you can definitely pick her up, because that is kind of the plan. I need money to actually function and everything like that, so we're going to start putting together some rods and get them on the road and make our bag that way. That way I get to do what I'm loving, and I get to support my dream, which is more of these cars on the road. So they won't be perfect, but they will run dry, they will run great, they will drive great, and they will be amazing automobiles. So the brakes will work, My goal is mileage, like kind of on the highway, because I want to see these things cruising. Less of an in-town car, so I'll make sure it cruises down the road really nice. So in town will be no problem. So I'll make sure wipers work, blinkers, turn signals, get all the badassery working. But very stoked about that. On another note, the retractable top that we were going to be doing the sheet metal work on, it is headed away. She has a new daddy, and her new daddy is going to take her home and love her and kiss her and do everything with her. I still absolutely love these mirrors. Yes, that's a light and a mirror. That is so freaking cool. But they got everything all loaded up. Got it all up on the trailer, and yep, pretty stoked about that. So that one will go home to her new daddy. And I'm gonna go back inside and get back to work. So see you in a bit. I'd like you to take note of the awesome lighting I have now. See? Wow! Yes, that is super bright. Look at down here. It is no longer dark. We did that earlier. But I've been working on this. Got it pretty dang straight. I got to do a lot more to it. But this thing was fucking bent over up here and bent over there, and this giant crease down through. And that is some thick old metal. It has not been agreeable and not been easy. We're going to leave it overnight with the clamps on it, let it get a little bit more tension on it, and let it sit, and hopefully it'll get a little bit of memory back where it should be. So that's one good thing about sheet metal, is a lot of times sheet metal has memory of where it used to be. Now that's where it was bent before, and it will usually want to go back to that original position. So if you encourage it and do light taps and stuff like that, so many people go get a big fucking hammer. They're like, oh, you get the BFH, man, you fucking swing it. No, I ain't using a BFH. That thing was gnarled over. The hammer I'm using is, where's it at? Oh, it's right there, actually. A little tiny body hammer, that's it. Light taps. Little tappy, little taparoo. Little tap here and a little tap there. And that's how you get it to move. If you use a big giant hammer and just start swinging at shit, then it gets all fucked up. Especially on these older cars, because people think it's because it's, you know, thick metal. And you just grab a BFH. That's when they start doing the most damage and everything like that. When these cars will actually go back to shape. Like, you can just do a little tappy and bring stuff back. I'll actually work that back quarter, and I'll try and see if I can time lapse it and let you guys watch. But most of that'll come out. Like, you can actually work a lot of that out. You know? Wish I would have done a little bit on this, but this is kind of a pain. I'm happy that the door will actually come closed now. It won't because all the stuff I got in the way, but now I don't have to step on it to try and get the door closed. But got a lot of stuff done today. I'm excited. I'm happy. Good place mentally. And we are just cooking on this sucker. Soon there'll be a 318 and a 5-speed sitting there. Whoa. But I'm going to keep hammering on that. And I worked the windows a little bit, but I need to start pulling them panels off. This one's been giving me hell on the door. I kind of goof with it every little bit. I need to tear it back apart again and see if I can get the spring mech to get working in there, because it's got way too much play. Like, you get the door closed and it's like ding, 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 ding. And we don't want somebody falling out of the car. I want to get that fixed. But I think I'm going to call it for tonight. I need to go home and take a shower. I am covered in so much fucking dirt from being underneath that rocker and underneath that freaking running board. And I didn't clean up all the dirt because I was already covered in dirt. So we're going to fuck with that tomorrow. But I love you. And I hope you have an amazing... Oh, forgot to mention, Fred's already out on the road. If you need something hauled back from the... I think he's in the Iowa area. Let me, hit him up on Facebook. Go over to his page, and he's going to be coming from there back home, back this way. But the black 57 retractable top, gone. It's headed to snow home. So he's on the road doing that. Redneck headed up to Kansas. So I am left to play with the toys. But I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.